should blame the movies. Movies don't create psychos. Movies make psychos more creative.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Social Media. It's on We Talk Horror, Nothing But Horror. I hope everybody's having a nice day. How you all doing? Hope everyone's doing good. And today, everybody, I am going to be doing a video basically talking about what is the best streaming service for horror. What is the best streaming service for horror? So this will be in parts. So I have Netflix, Disney Plus, Amazon Prime, Prime Video, and then Shudder. So yeah, I've chose those ones because those are the most probably well known. But when it comes to Disney Plus, there is a bit of a thing with it, with Disney Plus, which we'll get to when I talk about it. But yeah, I'm just going to talk about it and talk about, that subject and what is the best streaming service for us horror fans. But let's get into it and let's find out. 3, 2, 1. Starting off, I have Netflix. Netflix have actually lately stepped up when it comes to horror. They have actually really stepped it up. Because like before, Netflix didn't really have any good, much good horror movies on the service, but they did the Fear Street franchise that was theirs based on the Fear Street books. They did that. By the way, some of these are not horror. Like Mr. Bean's Holiday, that's not horror. Don't know why that's there. Blood Story, that's not horror either. I don't know why that's there. I typed horror into the thing, so it came up with this. So, yeah, we have really good options. Woman in Black 2, not a very good film, but each to their own. Hush is a really good horror movie. The Fear Street franchise, Strangers, Scream 4 is on here. Drag Me to Hell is on here. The Descent, The Invisible Man, the new one. Got Exorcist movie, which is the beginning. Got Saw 3. Got Halloween, but I think it's Halloween all the way to it's only the first few Halloweens. So yeah, I'd say horror on Netflix has gotten better. It's still not fantastic, but they have upped their game with adding horror on here, and they have added a lot of good horror movies. But obviously when it comes to streaming services, they need to be able to they have to obviously have the right to distribute the films. Like the Fear Street franchise, the Fear Street trilogy, they owned the right to them anyways, because there's films that they made and they're really good films. So yeah, Netflix all in all has definitely done a lot. Has actually definitely got some good horror on here. Some original, some not original, some old ones, some series and stuff like that, different things. So yeah, that is Netflix. So next up is Disney Plus. As you know, I am in the UK, and over here in the UK we have gotten what is called Disney Plus Star, which is Star, basically. It is another category. So, like, obviously, on the main page of Disney Plus, you have your categories. You got your National Geographic, Marvel, Pixar, Disney, Star Wars, and then you've got Star. Star is for the more mature content that they have, and this is Star. Like it still feels weird that I'm watching like this stuff on something that Disney own, but it is a good service for your horror. You've got Buffy the Vampire Slayer, which I love that series, and I'm glad it's on here. You've got Hills of Eyes, The Night House, Just Beyond, American Horror Story. They have their obviously their like all hot short, those like Pixar, Disney horror short things, Ready or Not. They've got some franchise stuff on here. I think they are adding all of the Alien movies. They have Hills of Eyes 2. We've got The Fly, the original Fly. There is more than this, but I did search horror, and this is what's come up. I believe there is more than this. They've got the Rocky Horror Picture Show. They've got American Horror Stories, 28 Days Later, The Village, all sorts. Hide and Seek, Primeval or Primeval, whichever you want to call it. What Lies Beneath. Scary Movie 4's on here as well. So there is a fair few on here. They've got American Horror Story. I think, yeah, they've got two different ones on here. American Horror Story and American Horror Stories. I don't know, like, what's the thing there. But yeah, other than that, they definitely do have a lot of good stuff on Disney Plus, and it's definitely gonna, get better as we go on with them. But yeah, next up we have Prime Video from Amazon. Amazon, obviously, when it comes to Amazon Prime Video, you do get to have free stuff. You do get like your free programs, your free movies, and that, which are all Prime. But then you also get ones that are on, like this one, which you get on thing where you have to like add adverts to it. Then you get the ones where you have to pay. But other than that, you can rent. Obviously, you can rent it, or you thingy it. Why Scream only got a 6.4? Fuck off. But yeah, this show sucks. Just saying. They do have a lot of good options. They even have horror films on here that like I've not heard of. So like Ripper Untold. They've got films on here that I wouldn't really gravitate towards. Like one of my favourite werewolf movies, Wolves. They've got, a lot of good stuff on here. American Psycho, Dead Rising. They've got Dawn of the Dead, which I think that is the extended cut. Hannibal Rising, Resident Evil Raccoon City, The Collector, Don't Let Him In, and a lot of good stuff on here. And yeah, obviously some of these are not horror, some of these are showing are not horror. I actually do like using Prime, but obviously I rarely buy anything on Prime. If I do find something on Prime but I have to pay for, I will try and look for it on Netflix, if it's on Netflix, or if it's not on Netflix, then Disney Plus. If not, then I'd probably just wait till it's on somewhere, or buy it if I have to. They've got the collection, which is the sequel to The Collector. But yeah, that is Prime Video. So last one is Shudder. You may be realizing that I'm still on Prime Video. This is because you can actually get Shudder through as an extension on Amazon Prime Video. You can get it as a extension on Amazon Prime Video if you wanted to. And Shudder is actually, I don't have it, obviously. Like, we always have a thing of, if I want to watch something on here, we would get it, start the subscription, and then end the subscription when I don't need it. But yeah, this service is actually it's a streaming service created for horror and thrillers. So this is for thrillers and horror. Some horror movies actually go into the thriller side of things as well. So you've got Donnie Darko, Hellraiser, you've got Creepshow, they've got Insidious. You even have like documentaries on here. So you've got Smoke and Mirrors, the story of Tom Savini. I believe there's the 80s documentary that's on. You've got Horror Noir. You've got all sorts of documentaries on here of different horror like content on Shudder, which is primary horror. Children of the Corn, even. We've got Rob Zombie film 31, Rob Zombie film, Battle Royale, a lot of other stuff. The Amityville Horror, I think that's a documentary. We've got all sorts on here. But yeah, other than that, what is the best like streaming service for horror? I think the really thing is, it's personal preference. Me, I gravitate towards looking on Netflix first. I change it up. I look on Netflix first. If there's nothing interesting on Netflix that I'm really wanting to watch, I'll go over to Disney Plus. If there's nothing on Disney Plus, I'll go on to Prime Video, and then I'll go from there. If not, then I'll go to my own personal collection of DVDs. Yes, I still collect physical media, because even though there are streaming services, I still prefer collecting physical media over actually using a streaming service, because I just do. I just really prefer physical media. I do have Blu-rays, before anyone asks. I got Halloween Kills on Blu-ray. The reason for me having a mix of Blu-ray and DVD is it's the bonus features. Like, if there is, I don't really care about the 4K and stuff like that thing. I'm just like, I'm not really bothered, really. If a film has that, I'm not really that bothered. If a film has interesting bonus features, I'll get it on Blu-ray. If not, then I'll get it on DVD. But yeah, all in all, really it's personal preference when it comes to where you watch your horror. But yeah, so everybody, hope you enjoyed today's video. Hope everybody enjoyed it. So yeah, those were, my opinions really on the whole concept of favourite streaming services and what is the best streaming service for horror fans. But other than that, I hope everybody enjoyed this video. Go to the link tree down below to all social medias, and support us on Patreon if you'd like to support us any way you can, really. And I hope you guys have a nice day. Remember, keep on slashing, keep watching horror. And we'll see our friends later. Bye for now.
Whatever you do, don't fall asleep.
Have you checked the children?
I am the devil, and I am here to do the devil's work.
We all go a little mad sometimes.
Hi, I'm Chucky. Wanna play?